Hello everyone. My name is Adrian Keller, I'm 18 years old, and I live in a place that most people would call paradise, until they know what happened here. Last year, my father, Marcus Keller, bought an old countryside house in a quiet Swiss town called Brissenwald. Nestled between the rolling green meadows and the snow-tipped peaks of the Alps, it was the kind of place people put on postcards. Our house stood at the very edge of the town, where the cobblestone streets stopped and the open land began. Behind it stretched a vast meadow, golden in summer and frosted white in winter. In the middle of that meadow lay a pond so still it mirrored the sky perfectly. Beyond the pond, the dark outline of the Alps loomed, their jagged peaks cutting into the clouds. From my bedroom window, I could see it all, the meadow glowing under the moonlight, the pond reflecting the stars, and the mountains standing silent like ancient guardians. During the day, it felt peaceful, safe. But at night, the air shifted. The wind would turn colder, shadows would grow longer, and the stillness felt almost watchful. It wasn't long after we moved in that I began hearing rumors. Whispers carried through the small cafes and along the narrow streets. People spoke of strange deaths. Victims found in the meadow or near the pond, eyes wide open, no sign of injury, no sign of struggle. The police never found anything. No weapons. No footprints. It was as if the life had been pulled from them without a trace. Some said it was a murderer too clever to catch. Others said it was something far older, something that had lived in these lands long before the town existed. My father told me to be careful. He never let me go out after dark. I tried to follow his rules, but curiosity has a way of clawing its way into your thoughts until it consumes you. One night, under a silver moon, I was leaning by my bedroom window when I saw movement in the meadow. At first I thought it was a deer, but as my eyes adjusted, I saw her. She stood alone, her figure pale against the dark grass. Her hair, long and silver, seemed to shimmer faintly in the moonlight, and her white dress flowed around her like mist. Even from a distance, I knew she was unlike anyone I had ever seen. She didn't move much, just stood there, watching the pond. Then, as if sensing my gaze, she turned slightly. The moon caught her face, but only for a moment, and then she walked toward the water until she faded into the mist. The next night, she was there again. And the night after that. She never came close to the house, and I never saw her in daylight. It was as though she only belonged to the night. After nearly a week, I couldn't resist anymore. On the 8th night, I waited until my father was asleep, then slipped out the back door into the cold night air. The meadow felt larger when I stood in it. The grass whispered against my legs, and the faint sound of water lapping at the pond reached my ears. She was there, standing by the water's edge, her back to me. My heart raced. "Hello." I called softly. She turned, and for the first time, I saw her eyes, deep green, almost glowing, but carrying a sadness I couldn't understand. "I'm not here to hurt you," I said quickly. "My name is Adrian." For a moment, she just stared at me. Then her lips curved into the faintest smile. "Serenia," she said, her voice soft as the wind. We spoke only briefly that first night. She told me she liked the meadow, that it had always been her home. I didn't ask more, though my mind swirled with questions. From then on, we met whenever I could sneak out. She never explained much about herself, and I never pushed, but with each meeting, the air between us felt warmer, softer. Her laugh was light, her words careful, and when she looked at me, it felt like she could see straight through me. Yet there was something strange. She never appeared for most of the month, only in the days before the full moon. After that, she vanished until the next cycle. One winter, I fell seriously ill. Fever and chills kept me in bed for days. But at night, I felt something impossible, a gentle hand brushing my hair, the scent of wildflowers in the air. I knew it was her. Somehow, she was there, though my father saw nothing. When I recovered, I told her. She didn't deny it. She simply smiled sadly. I told you, Adrian, she whispered, I am not like you. I hesitated. Then what are you? She looked out at the pond. I was once human. Long ago. But that time is gone. Now, I am the guardian of this place. I protect it from the darkness that tries to take root here. My skin prickled. The deaths in the meadow, was that you? Her voice changed, colder. They were not innocent. They were men who hurt others, who killed without mercy. In your eyes, I am a girl. In theirs, I am death. I didn't know what to say. Part of me feared her, but another part loved her. And me? I asked quietly. Her gaze softened. You are kind. That is why I love you. The words stole my breath. I stepped forward and took her hand. Then stay with me. I cannot, she said, her eyes glistening. When the next full moon comes, my task here will be done. I must leave. No, I whispered, my throat tightening. Please. She reached up and touched my cheek. You will live, Adrian. And you will remember me. That is enough. The night of the full moon came too soon. The meadow glowed silver, the pond like a mirror of the sky. She was waiting, her hair shining like liquid moonlight. We stood in silence for a moment before she stepped into my arms. I will always be with you, she whispered. I held her as tightly as I could, but her body began to glow, her warmth fading. The light grew brighter until I could barely see, and then, she was gone. The light drifted upward into the night sky, scattering like 1,000 stars. I stayed there until dawn, unable to move. Years have passed. I never married. I never loved anyone else. Sometimes, on nights when the moon is almost full, I catch the scent of wildflowers on the wind. And sometimes, I see a figure in white by the pond. When I do, I whisper her name. Serena. Because I know, she's still here.